Hey, welcome guys. We're going to be making beat today, and if you're not a beginner, you can look at the timestamp on this video. Just skip ahead to where you can catch up. Of course, if you're just a beginner, of course you can start from right here, and then we move on uh, progressively. Now, we're going to be using Fruity Loops to explain how to make a beat for a beginner like you. And first, I would have to explain the overview of Fruity Loops, look at the time signature, we look at the tempo, we look at every other thing, how to quantize, things that you need to understand. And then we progress making this beat, explaining to you how to properly set up your beat. What are the first things you should put into consideration when you're starting out making a beat? So all of this, let's start, guys. Straight ahead, we go to our Fruity Loops, and then we start to teach. Okay, great. Now let's get into it. How do we make beat? All right. Now we're going to start up with explaining this environment. What you have in front of you right now, this is Fruity Loops, all right? Now, Fruity Loops is one of the very user-friendly environments that you can use to, of course, make your beat, okay? Now, I'm going to be using generic tones in Fruity Loops, so you don't have to put in third-party VSTs. We're going to be using what we have on board to make very simple and unique beats. Of course, putting you through how to do this. Now, first thing first, you have to make sure that you know the time. The time is very important, okay? Now, there are a couple of videos you can find on YouTube on how to understand time signature, okay? Now, in Fruity Loops, you have a number of places you can come into to set your time, so to understand that. But for beginners, I'm going to just come here and look at this place where you have line. When you click here, you're going to find all of this. You're going to see bar, beats, 1, 2. That's like half beats. You have a quarter beat here, 1, 4. You have 1, 6 beat. You have all of this. Now, for a beginner, I'm just going to put it on line where it is. This is very important. I just say line. We're going to leave it there and help out with making a beat. Now, when you have this kind of environment in Fruity Loop, for example, you're going to see PAT, which stands for pattern. Okay, this PAT here stands for pattern. All right. Then you have song down here. You have this button here, which is your play button. Then you have this button, which is your stop button. And then you have this one with the red dot here, which is to record. All right. Now, very important too is this 130 you are seeing here by default. This is a tempo. You can change this by you click on it and then you drag down or you drag up. Okay. So that way this tempo changes. Guys, we're just looking at some very unique features and important ones you should take note of as a beginner. Like I said at the beginning of this video, those who way advanced over this, you can skip because we have timestamp on this video. You can move ahead and catch up with your own part. Then we also have this button here, which is your metronome button. So if you are in doubt or you really want to know what it is, when you put your cursor on it, just check somewhere around here. You're going to find the name of what you've just placed your cursor on. Look at this. You see, while I'm here on it, you see down here, you find something metronome. Look at it, metronome. All right, so this your metronome here. It's very important in setting the timing, of course, the counts, all right, of that song you're trying to make, that beat you're trying to produce. When you click on it, you're going to hear a count, all right? So all of these other features here are very unique to Fruity Loops. As we progress, some of us are going to know how to use this. But with what I've explained so far, I think we are good to, start up making a beat. straight ahead. Let's not take too much time. In Fruity Loops, you're going to find this environment. This one I just clicked on. I'm moving around now. You see this? This is your what you call your step sequencer. Okay, step sequencer. This very step sequencer is unique because here you can sequence using these steps. All right, you can sequence using these steps. This is, you can also expand this depending on how versatile you are with this. But for beginners, I'm going to leave it just here for this very default. Like I said, I'm not going to be increasing anything. Just leave it at default, and then we'll see what we can create. Now, on this step sequencer, you can decide to make something unique here. And first thing first, you choose your pattern. Now we are on 1. Can you see this place? All right, this place shows you your pattern. See, we are on pattern 1. Now on this pattern 1, you can design something on this step sequencer, and then go to pattern 2, and then make something else. Pattern 3, and make something else. Okay. Now in every of the pattern, we're going to show you how this works. Having established that we have patterns. Okay. We are also going to look at different aspects that you have and the options you have in making your music, especially you want to make your beat in Fruity Loops. Now, having explained this step sequencer, we also have, let's click on this. We're going to bring it up. Okay. Here is your arrangement window. Guys, this is your arrangement window. You know, earlier I mentioned pattern. Now, when you come to this place, you can decide to say, on this track 1, I'll put pattern 1 here. On this track 2, I'll put pattern 2 here. On track 3, I'll put pattern 3. So here you're going to arrange. And then you say, okay, here it's my intro. When I get to bar 2, it's your second bar, right? You can see, let's collapse this a little further. So you see, this is bar 1, second bar. Your third bar starts here, your fourth bar. When I collapse it more, let's drag. You're going to have your 5th bar, your 6th bar. Okay, on and on and on and on like that. Now, this is where you make your arrangement. Guys, let's hold forth and move on to some other things. We're going to come back to our arrangement window where we're going to eventually arrange our song. Now, we also have, okay, we've explained this step sequencer. Let's look at the piano roll. Okay, guys, this is the piano roll. Now, in your piano roll, this is where you can, even with your mouse, try to click. For example, can you see? You just click, pick out what you want. Okay. Of course, you are seeing the piano, the keys. So this is key C. I want do, re, mi. You just arrange them that way. Guys, we're going to come to all of this in making our beat. We're just establishing the overview of what we have at our disposal. Generic, okay? That's piano roll. Of course, we've explained the arrangement window. We also have talked about this step sequencer here. And then you have the mixer. Here you have the mixer. On this mixer, you can route all of the things you've made, like the beat, the piano, you know, the what else? The guitars. You route them here, and then you can now put your effects here. All right. Looking at the overview, looking at the explanation so far, looking like you can you can even start making your beat. That's the unique thing about this tutorial. Okay, you can start making your beat right away. So let's start. Step sequencer, we're here. Okay. And then generic, we have the kick. So we're going to use that kick right away, what we have. And then you have the clap, you have the hat, you have the snare. Let's see what we can do with these 4 items, 4 drums items. Okay, these are kits, drum kits, generic. Let's see what we can do with it. Now, guys, also recall that I have a piano connected. Okay, if you don't know how to connect your piano to your keyboard, I have a tutorial on that. So you can just check out how to set up that in one of my tutorials, how to, you know, set up your piano into your keyboard. Now we have our step sequencer here, and then we're going to say kick. What exactly are we doing? What song, what beat? I do not have a plan for this, so anything comes right into my head, we put it down for the sake of this tutorial. Guys, right now, you want to make a beat. That's all you want to do. First thing should come to your mind, and that is to ensure the tempo. At what tempo am I making this beat? What's the tempo? Now, click on this metronome here. Guys, come over here, click on this. Bam, it's lit up. Now, when I say play, you can just go to pattern. That's very good. Click on your pattern, ensure you're on pattern. Then when I say play, so you can hear that's your metronome, that's the count. If it's too fast, you come to your tempo here and say, you take it down. Let's go to 100 and see what we have. This 105. We can go down to say 100. Let's play again. Pa, 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 pa. That's 100. Now, 100 BPM, that's beat per minute. That's your tempo for the song we're going to make. Let's go to our kick. I like to always start with my kick. In some situations, you have already some loops, so you just bring it in. So that will be part 2 of this. So for a total beginner, let's leave the loops out of it. Let's start with the kick. Okay. So now that you have a kick, if you are bringing in a loop, you consider the tempo of the loop. If the loop was 86, you make sure that the tempo of your production here has to be 86. Okay, it's because you have to align your loop, which already made some part of percussion, with what you have. Sometimes it can be a guitar, okay, it could be a piano, you just like it, but you have to know the tempo. Then you make sure the tempo of this production you're making is exactly the tempo of that loop. Now we are making something from our fresh, so we have our tempo as 100. Then we come to kick first thing first. We have our kick, 3 steps off, another one, 3 steps, another one, 3 steps, another one. And that gave us something like this. Okay, now trying to get this other one, we say let's do a snare. So we have 3 steps off and we say, all right, guys, that's what we have so far. Now, let's just put our hi-hat. We're going to put our hat and see what we have quickly. Okay, you can see what we're doing. You can see what we're doing with it, right? So we have the kick. We're trying to, be creative with the hat. You could. This is just one step here, one off, one step, one off, one step, one off. Okay, purely simple. At least you're just trying to come up with something very interesting, and then you can say, okay, to make our snare a bit interesting, we can repeat the same thing with the clap here. Okay, we have one here, so you bring it this one, you try, that's, you repeat what you have on the snare. Can you see what I'm saying? The same patterns you have here. So let's see how it sounds now. Another thing you can do is to say, okay, I don't want it everywhere, I just want it, yeah, okay, so let's go. You get that? So we just use the clap to, you know, highlight the pa, ba, cut, ba, cut, ba. All right. So we have something beautiful coming. Let's see how it goes. Okay, guys, quickly. I'm trying to do something with the heart. Now you're going to see the beauty of having your patterns. Now this is pattern 1, guys, pattern 1. Now that we have pattern 1 ready, we're going to create similar thing here on pattern 2, but just change somewhere on the hi-hat. All right, so the hat can give us something a bit different. On pattern 2, we're going to have something just slightly here, and we're going to, you know, just bring something here. Can you see it? We put on this, so it gives us something like this. Why in pattern 1 we're going to have just this. Okay, so you're going to see how beautiful it is. So pattern 2, to do that, you just copy what you have on pattern 1. Okay, guys, you can easily come here and copy. Okay, you see that? Then you go to pattern 2 and then you say paste. Oh, beautiful. So you go back to pattern 1, pick up what we have, or you can just do that to everything since they are all the same. So you just when you highlight everything, what you want is all of this pattern. So you might not have to come to the individual channel like I was trying to show you earlier. So let's come back to this and remove what we have in pattern 2. For example, let's remove all of this. Okay, when you click, right click, it comes up. To remove it, this is left click. When you left click to have this, like to click to have your patterns, then to undo it, you just, you know, right click on them. That's all. You understand that, guys? So we are back to pattern 1. We can copy everything we have here. We go to edit, we say copy. Then we go to pattern 2, which is a new pattern we're trying to create. When we get to pattern 2, we say edit and then we paste. So everything comes on board. Guys, you understand that? So, but if it's an individual track, you could just do it the way I was trying to explain earlier. You come to, for example, clap, you just, you know, click, then you copy individual. But to carry everything is all I did. Go back to your edit, you move, you copy, it copies everything you have in that pattern. Now, however, pattern 2 is going to be different. We're going to click on this. So let's hear pattern 2 alone. So now we can back to pattern 1. That's pattern 1. So we have pattern 1, we have pattern 2. Now we're going to have to leave these guys alone. We have a drum playing. We're using generic tones. We met this here and look at what we have, guys, so far. Now let's go to the arrangement window. I mentioned that earlier. So here, if you want a pattern 1 here, you have to ensure that you're on pattern 1, guys. So when you click in here, don't forget at the beginning I told you we are going to be using line. So we're on line. So you click here. So whatever you play, this is pattern 1 right here. Okay, even if I come here, pattern 1 still comes here because that's why I have highlighted here. Okay, even though I'm on track 2, I still have my pattern 1. When I come to track 4, for example, I still have pattern 1. Okay, just right click and take them out. Now we have a pattern 1. We want to have pattern 2 somewhere. So we go to pattern 2, move it up, and then click somewhere here. So you see pattern 2, we put on track 2, we want to be organized. So pattern 1, pattern 2. So, but to have this play from here up onto this place, which is the second bar. We're not going to stay on pattern, because when you stay on pattern, it will only play the pattern that has been selected. When you say part, this is 2, it will only play pattern 2 for you. But when you put it on song, it's going to play what you have on your arrangement window. So it's going to play from here, pattern 1. When it gets here, it starts to play pattern 2, and then it goes back because it's in the loop mode. Are we good, guys? So let's play to here. Oh, beautiful. We're already making music. Even with this, you're done. Yes, you can decide to say you want to, this is just what you want, and then you start to rap on it or whatever. Hey. All right, guys. Now, let's bring in keys. Let's bring in keys generic. Like I said, so we're going back. We're going to close this. We're going back to our pattern. We just bring a generic key. We have let's go generators installed. Oh, where is it? We also go somewhere here. Generic. We just want things that are installed on this system. Or plugin database. Where are we? VSTs. Okay, these are third party, and I don't want to go here. That's third party softwares. We want what came with our Fruity Loops, like what came with our Fruity Loops. So we're gonna go. Oh, sorry guys, I was on plugin, no wonder. So we're gonna go here, this place here. Look at it. All right, all. Click on here. So now let's look at what we have. What came with these generators in plugin? Look at it. They're all for local. Click on it. So for example, we have keys, we have Slayer. We just take something simple, FL keys. Let's take a piano that we're done with our drums. I want just play a bit of harmony, melody. So let's just plain school. Now to do this, it's fine. You close this and show you on the piano sequencer. Sorry, this step sequencer now. And then you bring in your playing. Let's say I'm choosing this, or choose the electric piano. You just bring it in. You drop somewhere here. See, it comes up. So that's what we have, the piano. So you can play on it. Let's go on C. Okay, you can play. Now, you can decide to also, this is, you can see we're still on the step sequencer. But you want to see what's happening on the piano roll. So you click, right click, you say piano roll. It opens up. So you can, hit it, the notes. You can say, that's the note you're playing. So guys, we're going to go to pattern 3, because on pattern 1 we have a first drum pattern, pattern 2 second drum pattern, and pattern 3 we're going to have a piano. So on pattern 3 you have the piano. We're going to right click here and then say piano roll. Right? So when we say piano roll, we're going to see everything just as we've explained earlier. See? So it's time to make some harmony. Let's see what we do. Guys, recall that this time around we are on pattern 3 and we're trying to make something beautiful. So we play, now it's on song. What that means is that when you come to arrangement window, it's going to play from here up onto this place. So you have this space or this time to make an impression. But because I want a situation where the piano, I'm going to play from my piano keyboard. I want it recorded. I want to use the record button, which is this. So I have to come to song. Okay. Now that I'm on song, I'm also going to ensure that my pattern, which is in my arrangement window, pattern 1, pattern 2 are up there. So I can see this play and then I can see exactly what I'm recording. Now this is record. I say everything, yes. Okay, so when I press play now, it starts to record. Okay, what idea do we have in the first place? Maybe we just play something like where is that fine? Okay guys, let's try it. We're going to play that again. You can see what we recorded earlier. We're going to take that again. This time around, we say undo recorded stuff. We're going to do it ensuring that our metronome, after counting, it has to count us down before the recording starts. Let's see if we turn on this. I think it's going to work. Count down before recording. This is the button here. When you press this, you're going to see the difference between what happened earlier and now. Now that we have this one turned on. Count down before recording. Let's see. 2, 3, 4. Then recording starts. Did you get that, guys? So because this is turned on now, it preps us before the recording starts. So that gets you ready for the piano playing. Are we good to go? Let's go. So we have our record button here. We're going to now quickly play. So we're going to, whatever we're recording now is going to be on this piano roll. That's this arrangement window. So we say play. Let's go. So it's going to count us down. So once is enough. Okay, we can just bring it here. It stops at the second bar. Okay, first and second bar. Let's see what we have. Now, because of human errors, it's very possible that we're not so accurate because of latency and the like. So double click. When you double click, you're going to find this. You can remove this other one, this extra one. So here you just quantize. Okay, say Control A. That's in Windows. So you come down to this button here. You say Tools. Then you see Quick Quantize. See, it adjusts everything perfectly fixed. Let's play again. So now that you have pattern 1, pattern 2, and then pattern 3, you have, of course, your keys. We're using generic, don't forget. We can quickly look for something else to also make our day colorful. Let's see, what do we have? We can go to pattern 4 and put something else there. In pattern 4, let's see, can we record something else quickly? Let's say pattern 4. What do we have? Let's have this playing while we find something else. So we brought in broken piano. Let's see what we can do with it. We put that on pattern 4. Pattern 3 is pattern 2. 3 is occupied, so pattern 4 is still empty. We bring that up to pattern 4. Let's quickly go to our arrangement window. Now, our arrangement window, we can try to record this too. We have our piano connected. So let's see everything. Don't forget. So let's play. Okay, we can just try something else. Let's see. So we have this. We just recorded something. Let's see. We can decide to first thing first, quantize like we did earlier. You highlight all, and then we come to here, say Tools, and then we say Quick Quantize. We can try to arpeggiate this. Okay, let's see. Let me make it arpeggio. We take it up. We also make it loud as possible. You just come down here, you go to track, push it to where we have something to make it louder. Okay, so let's come in here and say we're going to arpeggiate this. That's why we put it in there. So to do arpeggio, can you see this button that looks like a plier? For those who know engineering tools, this is a plier. So it was like this. I clicked here, it brought this up. So you see this button here, arpeggiator. So when we click on this, we're going to have something quite different now. See? Now, guys, that's one way you can spice up your production. For example, we can decide now on our arrangement window, it's okay, our pattern 1 is going to come back as here. Pattern 2 is going to come back here. And then pattern, of course, this is going to be stable. And then we don't want to have this at the beginning. So when it comes to this is just practically you making music, all right, making beats. Say, okay, when it comes here, we want this, and then only this, and then pattern 1 again repeats here. Of course, pattern 2 is down here, and then we want our pattern 1. Okay, we want our pattern 1 repeated. Then before you can now say this guy comes back here. Okay, let's see how it goes. Let's play and see what we have. Guys, we're recording on that pattern using the same equipment we have in pattern 4. So we say pattern 5. We're going to record something quickly. Let's see. 3, go. So let's see. So we open this and see. Let's go. So in our arrangement window, we can decide to bring this our pattern 5. We can decide to bring it back here and say it starts from here again. All right. So we just keep going and going. Come out with our 2. Let's see. Let's see what we have. We can bring this back. Okay, let's see how it goes now. So another thing you want to add to your music is bass. So you can just say pattern 4, pattern 5, pattern 6. Guys, pattern 6, you just decide, okay, what I want to do in pattern 6 is to create a bass guitar. Let's look for generic bass. Right in Fruity. What's our plugin? Data bass generators. So we found something, eBass. Let's bring it here. Just drag and drop. So we can try to, let's rehearse a little and see what we have. So we play. So we're going to have a bass on 6. Now let's go. We have eBass here. We click, record everything. So we go. 2, 3, go. Guys, so you have it, pattern 6, your bass there. You can decide, say, I want to, quantize it. So you go same route. Okay, you quantize your, where's it? So you say quick quantize. Haven't done that, so you're gonna, let's play and see. So we have our arrangement window. Whoa, great. You just made your first beat. Guys, I've shown to you, how to use your arrangement window. You can be very creative with this. You can change this whole song all by moving this away from here, bringing this as firsts, and then deciding to take this and put it here. Okay, you can change the whole song by changing even just your pattern. Say, okay, no, I don't want this. I want pattern one, then I want pattern two. Sorry, pattern two, you bring it here. Then I want pattern one up here. The same one repeated here. Guys, it's just being creative. Now we played this with what we have. We're gonna play with this little change we just made. Let's see what we have. Okay, we're going to allow this pattern 3 play through. We're going to allow it play through. So let's bring it up here. Let's see what we have. Guys, again, we go. Yeah. Guys, thank you for being part of this. A lot we would have loved to do on this. I don't know if you should we just proceed, like try to tweak a little. Okay. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna save this beat. Then we're gonna have to do basic mixing on our production. We're gonna stop it here. Of course, we have the basic instrument, generic. Then we just have to mix this instrument, like mix the kick, mix the snare, and then I'd have loved to do that right away. Let's see, should we make it another video or we continue with this, guys? Unfortunately, this is a recording. If it was a premiere video, like I was doing it live, and then you guys could tell me, let's go ahead. But I think it's quite a lot. I'll save this and then we edit. I think that'll be fine. We edit it. During the edits, we just do. Okay, guys, let's go ahead. Pick up. Now that you're done making this instrumental, you want to just touch it up a little. So earlier I explained to you that we have the mixer window. So now we're taking you to a bit advanced. So that's fine. All in one. So we have the kick. You come to the kick here. You click on it. So when you click, this comes up. Now we're going to take this kick straight to our mixer. So we're going to be using this very side here that says track. Since it's on track 1 already, so we have sent this very kick to our mixer. That's what it means. Now this kick has been sent straight to the mixer. Now that we have this kick to the mixer, we're going to come to the mixer, which is this button. We click. It means we have kick here. So what we want to do with the kick is to probably, maybe first thing first, let's compress it. So we come to this slot here, slot 1. We use our generic effect. So let's come to compressor. So we see fruity compressor. Guys, that's what we have. Now we're going to set a threshold. You set your threshold. Now you can actually hear these things while you're working on it, all right? So you can say you want to push up your gain, like push up the compressor gain. Then you have your attack, your release, your hard compressor. You can make your compressor soft. That's what this is all about here. This is by pushing this a medium. You want it vintage. Of course, you have medium, you have the soft, so hard. Then your kick, of course, is going to go through. Then how do you do that? Since we sent only the kick here, we can try to solo on the mixer. When you right click, I'll right click again. See, you have only the kick sounding. So let's do that. So let's play and see what we have. Only the kick now. While you have this compressor. So see, the more we try to work with the threshold, guys, that's your kick. Something while you know move around these buttons, you can actually hear them. The threshold, that's you're setting a limit for it, and you say, okay, I want the compressor to attack by this time. And while you push it up, while you make it lower, you extend it, you can start saying that you can hear the difference yourself. Another instrument you want to work on will be to go back to your snare. We can take both the snare and the hi-hat to the same. So let's put them on 2. So this is the snare. Then we take also the clap. We put it on 2. So we have the snare on track 2 on the mixer, and we have the clap on track 2 on the mixer. Okay, so you see, you just move it by changing this. Scroll up, scroll down, it's 2. So we go to 2 now, solo 2. We come to this button here, mixer. Now on the mixer, let's solo just here. Right click on it. So you're going to hear 2. we open up both the kick and then the snare and the clap. Now you want to add your hi-hats somewhere. Your hi-hats somewhere. Let's say on 3. No, let's not. Should we do 3? We can. Okay, it's fine. 3. I'd love to do something else with 3, so we push it to 4. I'm going to leave 3 out of it. 3, I'm using that for some other instrument, I guess. So 4 for hi-hats, and on that 4, we're going to quickly do some. We're going to do something on that 4. We're going to add a reverb. You can see for the reverb you have the wet. The wet is like you're going to have more of the reverb on that hi-hat. I'll just show you quickly. It's supposed to be a beginner video, so I have to explain in detail. It doesn't look like magic, right? So when I open it up, you're going to hear more of like the room shouting when you have more of the wet rather. Okay, let's have a piano. E piano. Sent to 3 already. Okay, so we're going to leave that at 3. Then our bass is also on 3. So let's see what we do. We just add a bit of, we're going to take our bass out of that 3. So we can take our bass to 5 on the mixer. While on 3, we can add open it up and then add a bit of reverb. Let our piano flow a little and see what we have. Have. Yay, guys, great. It's interesting to know that you have been with us from the very beginning, and now we're going to put a stop to this. I want to believe now we have been able to update you with how to make your beat. There's so much more to come. Like, comment, subscribe, of course, share this video. And we have a lot on this channel, so you can just check around and see some other useful materials that you might find very interesting on this channel. You remember to be the extraordinary. All right, guys. Peace out.